Cheers, Adrian. Great atmosphere here at Ellen Road as ever. But as you mentioned, it's a little bit Leeds disunited at the moment. No Willie Nonto's handed in a transfer request this afternoon. Tyler Adams is on his way to Bournemouth as the exodus continues. And with Sinisterra, Bamford, Cooper and Somerville all out, Leeds are down to the bare bones. The fact that is exemplified by the fact they've got 7 on their substitute bench, 2 which are goalkeepers. They do make 2 changes from the loss last week at Birmingham. Joe Rodon makes his first start, and it's just a full start for record signing Jorginho Ruto, who's yet to score in the Leeds shirt. Melier in goal, then a back 4 of Ayling, Rodon, Struijk and Byram. Ampadu and Gray holding in the middle, with James Gilhart and Shackleton behind Ruto, who starts up top. West Brom looking to build on that first win of the season last week over Swansea. 1 change. Brandon Thomas-Asante comes in as Connor Townsend drops out. Palmer in goal. A back 4 of Furlong, Ajay, Kipper and Peters. It's Yokuslu and Malumbi holding, with Wallace, Phillips and Swift behind Thomas-Asante up top. And there are 2 former Leeds players on the bench in Kyle Bartley and Alex Moat for West Bromwich Albion this afternoon. Teams out all white of Leeds, the red and navy blue of West Bromwich Albion. Daniel Farker looks quite stern-faced as we see him on the screens in front of us, Lucy Ward. I think he's done the board a bit of a favour in the last few weeks. He's kept a lid on things. They're not happy here with what's going on off the field. Can tonight Leeds start to put right on it? Yeah, I mean, he's really fought some fires, hasn't he? And he's sort of kept the owners out of it without... It's been like added a sort of silver lining to what's going on, Farker. And I think that he probably knew what was going on before he took the job, but probably not to this extent. But he has such belief in his own ability that I think that he knows that eventually, as soon as this transfer window is over, he can get a grip of the squad. Yeah, there's an interesting banner over on the far side of the club aimed at certain Leeds players who are unavailable tonight, saying if you don't want to play, then get your way out of Leeds. And I think that's the genuine sentiment around here. Tyler Adams, as we announced earlier on TalkSport this afternoon, he's on his way to Bournemouth over the weekend, and Willie Nonto has today handed in that transfer request. West Bromwich Albion without a couple of key players of their own, the likes of Daryl DK and Grady Diangana. And West Brom, are going to attack the Cop end away to our left-hand side. We're about to get underway here. Matthew Donoghue, the man in the middle, as they await the official start here. Melier in his light green goalkeeping strip away to our left. And away to our right, Alex Palmer is in a turquoise kit. The players eventually take the knee here. All the players on the field doing that. We're about to get underway. The championship continues. A huge weekend of sport across the TalkSport network, and it starts live here tonight at Ellen Road. It's Leeds against West Bromwich Albion, and West Brom have the ball, and the Leeds fans are making their thoughts known to Willie Nonto. They're not happy with him at all. The player who came in and looked to be a hero is going to leave very much a villain if he forces his way out. There's a ball out of play on the near side, and it's out for a throw into Leeds. Luke Ayling will take it down below us, and Leeds will be just happy early on, Lucy, to get a touch of the ball. Yeah, they will, and I think that the crowd, it's a good atmosphere as usual in here, but West Brom just need to make sure they've got full concentration, because the Leeds players at Ellen Road tend to run about, high intensity start and try and get themselves up the pitch, but it's just settled down after the initial minute or so. Yeah, ball on this near side with Archie Gray, whose inclusion in a Leeds shirt this season means that there has been a member of the Gray family playing for Leeds in every decade since the 60s, which is some record when you think about it, as Leeds now will look to go over the top and work it in behind down the left hand side, but there's too much power on the ball, and it's away behind for a West Bromwich Albion goal kick. Still 0-0. Yeah, looking at West Brom, and we were wondering whether they'd set up in a 4 or a 5, and I think out of possession there they did look like they had a back 5, so whether that switches, Corberan has that particularly in his locker. And I always like watching Carlos Corberan on the sideline, because he just never stops moving, and he must use so much energy on the sideline. He actually kicks every ball, and he's really enthusiastic. Farker looks a little bit more sedate watching his team. Yeah. Corberan, former Huddersfield manager, former assistant boss here as well. I think he's actually calmed it down a little bit, Carlos Corberan, on the sideline. When he first started at Huddersfield, he was almost over the top, but he looks a little bit more relaxed now. Well, we'll see what happens in this game. See if we go behind what happens. Throwing over on the far side, West Brom have it. 2 gone here. It's down the West Brom right, just over the halfway line. They're going to ease the ball down the right touchline, and they're going to give chase over on the far side, but Sam Byram will watch it out of play. Second spell at the club for Sam Byram, and they'll have a throw-in right over on the far side, around about 6 yards away from the corner flag. He'll get it away, and it's to Ampadu. Plays it forward, nice first touch from Gelhardt, but then he's just eased off it, and West Brom have it down their right-hand side, midway inside the Leeds half. Now they'll go back towards the halfway line where Semir J will have it. He's put under pressure by Rutter and eventually gets the pass away out to this near side. Matt Phillips will pick it up on halfway, goes back inside his own half, and it's Cedric Keeper who has the ball now, and he gets it away. Molumby will pick it up. And the J back to Keeper.
Yeah, it's definitely a back three, and you've got Matt Phillips left wing back, Darnell Furlong right wing back for West Brom. And Leeds, they do look, they actually are quite organised in the press. I've watched them a couple of times, and that's why the likes of Jamie Shackleton will play on this right hand side, because he does exactly what the manager wants of him. And Gelhardt is not leading the line. I think he'll be more comfortable in that 10 position behind Rutter. They've actually needed that focal point, I think, Leeds, in recent games, because they're quite small, which doesn't help when you're trying to sort of play the ball up the pitch and get it to stick. But also during set pieces, I think Leeds have been a little bit small.
Yeah, Leeds have got a free kick offside against West Bromwich Albion. Well, we mentioned about Jorginho Rutter, just his full start for Leeds since that big money move in January, and it was felt that he wasn't quite ready for Premier League football. I'm wondering what he'll make of his side tonight up against Kipper, Jay and Peters at the back. He's not going to get much joy in the air, you wouldn't have thought, but that's Leeds' job to get the ball to him on the ground. And here now is Gray, the teenager. He gets it back to Rodon, who eases it back to Meslier. And Meslier now will look to go long towards his near side. Ayling is forward, goes up for it, landed really heavily there. I don't think there was any foul from Phillips. It was just a big fall there, and it remains 0-0.
Yeah, so when Leeds have got the ball, either centre back or goalkeeper, then there's little opposite movements that allows Luke Ayling at right back to get right up the pitch, because he offers that aerial threat on that right hand side. So they'll always do that, or they'll go the other way with Sam Byram, who's good in the air as well. So I'm sure that West Brom have had a look at that, just trying to get in behind Matt Phillips, but obviously he is a similar sort of stature to Ayling. Like I said, I think aerially Leeds have struggled already in this season.
And West Brom have it at the back. They'll now play it into the heart of the midfield. Yakuslu has it, gets it away. Ajay will try and play it out and doesn't really do it successfully. Leeds have got to throw it over the halfway line, and now they'll quickly take it back inside their own half. You can't see anything really of Leeds going forward. Here's Ampadu now, turns on halfway, eases it into Gelhardt, who gets the ball away to Struijk, who's making his 100th Leeds appearance tonight. Pascal Struijk, and gets the ball under the feet of Gray, who looks very accomplished for a young man at the heart of that Leeds midfield. Here's Gelhardt now, tries to work it down the left. That's a nice ball. Can they produce a cross here? James has it, gets the ball away. It's level with the edge of the penalty area on the Leeds left-hand side. They're going to try and work it in. Now they do work it in. Neat turn on the edge of the box. Shot comes in, and it's across the face of goal. And that was a great effort there. It was Sam Byram who was forward. Better from Leeds United, still 0-0.
Yeah, they work the ball wide, and then it's Sam Byram coming from left back in that inside channel, and nobody's marking him. He cut it back, and it's a really nice shot, just trying to get it in that far post. It's well wide in the end, but that's good movement from Leeds. And in this sort of 4-2-3-1 shape, if you've got your full-backs either underlapping or overlapping, then you can cause problems.
Well, West Brom are causing a few problems of their own there. There was a poor pass from Yacosta on the edge of his own area, and Leeds almost stepped in, but now they're trying to break forward the Albion over on the right-hand side. Across the halfway line they go. 6 gone at Ellen Road. Live on TalkSport 2, still 0-0 between Leeds and West Bromwich Albion. Ball to Peters, just hesitated. He allows it eventually to run through to John Swift, and Swift on halfway will just ease the ball back to Peters, and they're trying to pull Leeds out of possession at the moment. And now the ball played out over on the far side. West Brom have it, right hand side, looking to work a potential crossing opportunity. They'll go back, and into the heart of the midfield again is Yakuslu, gets it to Peters. Have Phillips outside him, and now goes back inside his own half. They're being very patient, West Brom, at the moment.
Yeah, they're actually passing it quite well. I think that a couple of times they've just encouraged and give Leeds some encouragement and, you know, a stray pass at the back. But I think other than that, Leeds are just setting themselves up just on a mid-block on the halfway line. They're just trying to move Leeds about West Brom. Not really got in behind yet, but the runners and the wing-backs may cause problems because the switch is always on.
Long ball forward from the back from Palmer is headed away by Leeds. Ball on the edge of the centre circle is headed forward. Gelhardt was robustly challenged, and the referee says that will be a Leeds United free kick. Elsewhere tonight on TalkSport, Nottingham Forest lead Sheffield United by a 1-0. The one you with the early goal there. Don't forget tomorrow 3 live commentaries. Start off in TalkSport 2, 12:30, Plymouth, Southampton. Nigel Addy and Sam Parkin with that one. We've got 3 o'clock, Wolves against Brighton, exclusively live on TalkSport with Ian Danter and Perry Groves. Adrian will have all the goals as they go in from around the Premier League. And then 8 o'clock tomorrow night, another TalkSport exclusive. Manchester City against Newcastle. Faye Carruthers, Sam Matterface and Trevor Sinclair, our commentary team for that one. Here Leeds are trying to work it again, and there's going to be another foul brought down over on the far side. Byron was taken off the ball there, Lucy, and a yellow card for the West Bromwich Albion defender over on that far side.
Yeah, did well. I think Gelhardt again, I think he's much more comfortable in that 10 position, which means that he can drop deeper to try and link play. And there's a couple of times that he's received the ball and just played the ball off 1-2, but he was just blocked by Furlong, Sam Byron.
So Darnell Furlong, the first name in the book tonight, inside 9 minutes. Free kick just a couple of metres over the halfway line. You might need the TalkSport app this weekend. There's so much live sport going on if you're going to be out and about across the weekends. The TalkSport app free and available in all the usual places. It'll allow you to switch between TalkSport and TalkSport 2 as Leeds come forward again. Again, they're favouring that left-hand side. Strong, determined run. Ball cut across and it's put behind for a corner. Leeds certainly favouring that left-hand side. This time it was Gelhardt's ball that was blocked.
Yeah, Dan James down that left-hand side. He has been known not to have that particular final ball, but he did really well there to get in behind and get his team a corner.
It was James who is going to take it now. Everybody back for West Bromwich Albion. Bit of pushing and shoving in the penalty area. Ball whipped in near post, it flicked on. Well, it was, but it's into the side netting, and in the end it wasn't a great delivery, and it comes to nothing, still 0-0.
Yeah, I think they've got Rodon now and Rutter, so they've got a little bit more height for corners, but they've been throwing them in. I think that was like a near post, and Purdue just trying to get something on it, and that could have gone anywhere.
It could. It went behind. It is still 0-0. So the keeper is going to take the goal kick on the left-hand side of the 6-yard box, plays it to Palmer, who then plays it to Yakuslu, who's under big pressure here, and in the end he's done really well to get that pass away. But then it's, lost up momentarily by Swift, but manages to keep it, turns away from Gray, now tries to slide it through for Phillips. Good tackle there made, but Swift will get it back on this West Brom left-hand side. 25 yards out from goal. Now midway inside the Leeds half. He's going to look for the crossfield switch here. He's looking to try and get in behind Byram, and Byram was strong, wins the header. Ball went up in the air, nobody knew where it had gone. And in the end it comes off Furlong and out for a throw-in to Leeds over on the far side.
Yeah, it's the first time that West Brom have got past that first line of Leeds pressure, and they look quite dangerous because then Leeds are backtracking, they look a little bit overrun, and it was a really lovely ball into Matt Phillips' feet, but Joe Rodon has started off really well.
Ball over on the far side, flipped on, bit of a wrestling match. West Brom have won it. They're going to work it over on the far side. Here now is Malumbi, gets it out towards that right-hand side. Can they find a cross? They don't, and the assistant referee far side signals that it is a goal kick, much to the delight of the Leeds fans that are stood up all around us here at Ellen Road. It's another sold out Ellen Road tonight. Leeds looking to bounce back to the Premier League at the first time of asking. 0-0 so far, 11 gone. Lucy Ward, what have you made of it?
Yeah, it's a lively start. I think Leeds have had the better of it in terms of getting themselves up the pitch, but other than that, Sam Byron chance, no real clear-cut chances. But I think West Brom, once they start passing and moving the ball really quickly, 1 and 2 touch, then they look like they could probably find space in behind, but I think Leeds have started the better.
Rodon finds a pass. Gets it away to Ampadu. Ampadu exchanges passes there with Shackleton, then look for the big ball over the top that was cut out by Furlong. He goes back to Palmer, finds Kipper, who's under big pressure here. Rutter did really well, but the referee deems that the challenge from Rutter was a foul, but not for the first time, Lucy. West Brom playing a little bit of a dicey game on the edge of their own area.
Yeah, I just think they just look a little bit wobbly to have the ball where they have it, because what Leeds are doing, when they see the opportunity, then they're using 2 or 3 players to press the centre-backs, Kipper and Ajayi, and they're not really coping that well with it. So you just got to move the ball a bit quicker. They're not quite as comfortable with the ball at the feet as the other players of the West Brom team.
Ball out over on the far side after once again West Brom trying to play it out from the back. Out for a throw. Leeds will go back to Meslier on the edge of his own 6-yard box. Gets it away to Ampadu. Ampadu gets it out to Stroik on the far side, and Leeds work it up midway inside their own half. They're looking for a crossfield switch there that wasn't quite on. Rodon in the end did well to find Ayling. Ayling's got to look after this, and well, they call it the Ayling flop in this part of the world. Whenever anyone goes near him, you'll find Luke Ayling will fall over and win a free kick. He's done it again.
I tell you what, I never can understand how a referee falls for that. Seriously, how on earth do just multiple referees fall for that? Not even any sort of touch whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a mastered art, I think, of Luke Ayling's. Ball here with Meslier, who's wandering outside his own penalty area. And he's got it 30 yards out from goal. He was almost daring Brandon Thomas-Asante to go close him down. In the end, he opts to pass the ball. He's back on it again now. And well, we've seen West Brom trying to draw Leeds out of position. Leeds are now trying to do exactly the same thing. Here's Rodon again. Gets it out wide. You're live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson with the former Leeds striker, Lucy Ward.
Tell you what, West Brom are quite organised. They sort of 5-3-2, covering central areas when Leeds have got the ball, so just forcing Leeds to go wide. It's actually quite compact, so they're not going to drag them. You know, like Meslier was trying to just drag West Brom up the pitch. They're really well structured.
Ball back to Meslier, who clears it first time right-footed. Rutter was offside, so that'll be a free kick to West Brom, and that free kick wanted to be taken quickly, but Gelhart's been booked there as Kipper wanted to take it quickly, and interesting there, the referee Matthew Donoghue was quickly on that, so that's the second yellow card of the night. And West Brom have got it on halfway. Still 0-0, approaching 15 on the clock. But now Leeds have won it. They snatch it back. They're driving forward here. They'll feed it to Shackleton. Right hand side puts in an early ball. It'll fall to Gelhardt. Then it breaks. Jump comes in. And it's well saved by Palmer. And it's beaten away. I think it was Dan James who had the final shot. But the best we've seen from Leeds, still 0-0.
Yeah, Yukoslu, who's playing in that defensive midfield role for West Brom, a couple of times has been caught facing his own goal. They've nicked the ball off him, and then Leeds are really quick on regains. I said that before the game, and I think that's where they really are powerful.
Here's Stroik now, left-hand side of the penalty area. Leeds about 15 yards away from the byline. Feed it in to Gelhardt. Tried a little back flick, it maybe wasn't on. And West Brom will just try and clear the danger, but they've been dispossessed again here, 30 yards out from goal. Opportunity to feed it in. Rutter is bundled off it, and it breaks back to the goalkeeper Palmer, who's only too happy to hammer it over the halfway line, and Thomas-Asante will give chase, but Ayling had first running in. Not the best back pass in the world, but Mellier's got time to bring it under control, and Leeds will have it back again. And we've just seen a little bit more from Leeds last few minutes, Lucy. They're starting to hunt further up the field a little bit more now.
Yeah, that was a good chance actually, and I think that they just need to make the most. When you're on top in a game and you're winning the ball high up the pitch and you're getting yourself in front of goal, that's the time you need to score goals, particularly at home, because the crowd are right behind Leeds. I think West Brom at times have defended well, just right on the edge sometimes of giving the ball away.
Here's Rutter, but he's gone offside again. That'll be frustrating for him and the fans. Look, he was thrown in at the deep end, wasn't he, after his big money move here in January transfer window. It never really worked out, and Sam Allardyce, for one, questioned whether he was ready to play football at the highest level.
Listen, these shirts are heavy at Leeds. and if you're not up to it in terms of your character, he's just got to battle through it, Rutter. He's got to show this crowd that he can score goals for this team, and it's been a difficult start. It's not an ideal situation going in at this point in this season with the troubles that Leeds have had, but he's just got to get on with it.
He has. There'll be some Leeds fans who'll be just grateful that he's happy to stay here and fight for the cause, which he is doing at the moment. Ball on halfway. West Bromwich Albion have it. Not really threatened Mellier's goal, but they've played some neat football, and here now is a chance. Thomas Asante, lovely turn, 25 yards out. He will spread it wide here for Phillips. Phillips on the left-hand side of the box, puts it in far side, and Thomas Asante just wasn't tall enough. He boots the post in frustration as the ball bounces over him and goes behind for a goal kick, but that was better from West Brom, still 0-0.
Yeah, real trigger. It's the first time we've properly seen it, so they're in a really good out-of-possession structure. As soon as they win it back, regain possession, they get themselves up the pitch, commit bodies forward, and that was a good cross, and Thomas Asante probably a little bit small to get on the end of it, but that just shows what West Brom can do when they do counter-attack.
Yeah. Huddersfield Town, who were so neat and compact under Carlos Corberán, were very good on the break in their season when they got to the playoff final. And now here is Gray on this near side. Gets it away. Rodon will go back to Meslier. Once again, he's way outside his penalty area, Illan Meslier.
They're not tempted, are they? Thomas Asante or Jed Wallace, and just not tempted to go for him. And at one point they will. At one point they'll put him under pressure, but at the moment they're letting Meslier have it over there. He's basically just overloading those areas, but not really getting anywhere from it, Leeds.
John Swift just caught Archie Gray there. And it's out for a throw-in. Referee deemed that wasn't a foul. 18 and a half gone. Carlos Corberán is signalling, clapping, waving his arms. Daniel Farke's got the big jacket on tonight. I didn't think it was that cold here at Ellen Road tonight, but as the ball works its way down the touchline, Rutter can't deal with the throw-in, and it's out on the near side, midway inside the Albion half.
You tend to think that Leeds are looking at striking options. I don't think they can rely on Bamford's fitness, and obviously he's done really well recent seasons scoring goals, but that was one thing that they didn't do right last season, is just to have more options in that centre forward, because Bamford, when he plays, he did all right, but he hardly ever plays, and Rutter needs to show that he's the answer. I'm sure that they will add more in that 9 position.
Yeah, you would like to think so. Certainly midfield they'll need some reinforcement as well, so work to be done for Daniel Farke, who's bullish that he will get the players that he wants. Well, the money that's coming in for Tyler Adams will help that, and I guess Leeds have got a decision to make about Willie Gnonto. Now he has put in that transfer request. Do they let him go? Here come West Bromwich Albion though, looking to work it down the right hand side. Ball drilled into Phillips. It's cleared away by Ayling, who did so well to stop Thomas Asante there. They were sliding in from all angles. West Bromwich Albion, cross recycled from the right, brought down by Swift. Can he get the shot away? No, just stumbled as he went to try and regain possession, but better from West Bromwich Albion, who are starting to cause 1 or 2 problems now. Ball diagonally out over on the far side from Kiprus, too deep, and it goes out for a throw, but best chance for West Brom.
Yeah, let Leeds off the hook then, West Brom. I think when the wing backs, Furlong and Phillips, right and left, get the ball up the pitch, they really cause problems, but they're just choosing the moments to do that, and actually been quite effective. Ball into the box, it could have ended up in the back of the net, it didn't, but I think that was really positive for West Brom.
Yeah, Ayling did a good job there at the far post. He checked the run of Thomas Asante, but now Albion have won it again, edge of the Leeds area, down by the byline, drill the cross in, and again it's Ayling, but this time the cross wasn't so good, and it's picked back up by West Brom, but Furlong overruns it, and Leeds survive, and just for the first time tonight, 21 on the clock on TalkSport 2, just a few rumbles of discontent around Ellen Road.
This is what I was saying to Adrian before the game. So West Brom, your tactics are just to at some point quiet the crowd down in the opening part of the game, and I think in those measured attacks that they've just had, West Brom, there's rumblings. Now there's never rumblings unless there's something going wrong somewhere, and I think that the Leeds fans are not happy, but they're desperate to support the team.
Well, Joe Rodon just got himself out of a real spot of bother, but then they've lost the ball. Phillips plays it in. I think the offside flag will go up here, and that will save Leeds. Jed Wallace. Adrian told us earlier, got that great record against Leeds, thought he was in on goal, but the flag goes up to deny him, and it's a free kick. But Leeds this time playing themselves into trouble trying to play out from the back.
Yeah, Rodon actually started at the first few minutes of the game all right, and then he's just hung on to the ball a couple of times in the wrong areas, and West Brom have just had bodies to win it back and just put Leeds under pressure.
Ball is with Leeds. 0-0 here live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson alongside the former Leeds striker Lucy Ward. Adrian Durham is with us. He'll be at Anfield tomorrow for the goals as they go in on TalkSport. Part of our game day live offering tomorrow as Leeds attack down their left hand side, looking to walk the ball. The Leeds subs just warming up away to our left, getting a nice ripple of applause as Leeds earn themselves a free kick. I think there was a handball in there over on the far side from West Brom, and it's a free kick and a chance for a set piece if Leeds want to whip this ball in from their left hand side.
Well, Gelhart's doing some good work down that left hand side with Dan James. What I would say is that we're sort of 22 and a bit minutes into the game, and there's not really anything that meaningful in terms of the ball. That final ball has to be better. The build-up play is quite nice. You know, they get set and they pass it well, Leeds, but it's just about that final ball into the box.
Well, here is a chance then to break the deadlock halfway through the first half on TalkSport 2. Leeds with a free kick. Dan James is going to swing it in right-footed from the left-hand touchline. West Brom trying to hold a high line, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. It's played to Gray. Gray 25 yards out, floats one in. It's headed away by Kipra, and now the break could be on for West Brom here. The break could be on, but in the end, Swift just turned down the opportunity, and the foul is made by Rutter on Peters. And that's a free kick, and maybe just there, Lucy, a sign that Leeds are not happy just to throw the ball into the box, because that was an opportunity. We'll come to that in a moment, because Albion are breaking away down their right-hand side. Here now, the ball with Wallace, level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area, trying to work an opening, but Leeds have got plenty of white shirts around, and now they're coming forward. They'll earn a free kick. Just feels like the game's starting to open up a little bit here.
Yeah, it is. The referee's given a couple of fouls. One that was on Rutter on Peters, which wasn't a foul. Then just one over the other side there on Dan James. Not a foul, and not every bit of contact is a foul. The referee making some funny decisions.
It is still 0-0 here if you just joined us. Busy day of action tomorrow. Kicks off 12:30 on TalkSport 2. Plymouth, Southampton. Nigel Adley and Stan Parking with that one. We've got a 3 o'clock commentary live and exclusive on TalkSport. Wolves take on Brighton. Ian Danter and Perry Groves with that one. All the goals as they go in with Adrian. And then at 8 o'clock, what a game. Manchester City, Newcastle. As the ball played by Leeds over the top. Trying to get on the end of it here. The Leeds trying to keep it in, but eventually the ball cleared away, and rather unfortunately that clearance hits Rutter and goes out for a throw to West Bromwich Albion. Still 0-0 here.
Yeah, when Kiprio Ajay are dragged out into those wide positions, they look really uncomfortable. When they're set in a five at the back shape out of position, and they're quite settled, then they look all right, and it's up to Leeds to try and move them about.
Still 0-0. Both sides have had a sighter at goal, and Leeds have it on the edge of their own centre circle. Ball with Stroik, gets it away over on the far side. Gelhart with a run. James cuts inside looking for the pass, but Gelhart has to go back, and Leeds will build in the centre circle, their side of halfway, with Rodon. Gets it away. Stroik. There's it. And the ball works its way to this near side. Leeds being patient here. Neat little ball there to Shackleton. 25 yards out, thought about shooting. He's going to shoot, takes a deflection. It's the inside of the post and bounces away to safety. The keeper went one way, the ball went the other. It hits the inside of the post and bounces away. I'm just wondering if Rutter was claiming the final touch on this shot. But either way, it was so unfortunate for Leeds. West Brom lucky to survive.
Tell you what, Shackleton did well. He picked the ball up between the lines and turned, and that's always worthy of a shot, because it could just hit anybody and go anywhere, and that nearly sneaked in, and the keeper Palmer was absolutely nowhere to be seen.
Corner kick for Leeds. Is this their moment? They've been behind in every game they've played so far this season. They were 2 down here to Cardiff. They were behind to Shrewsbury in the League Cup, and they lost at Birmingham last week. Here's Dan James, right-footed corner from the right-hand side. Everybody back for West Brom. Ball towards the 6-yard box, turned in back of the 6-yard box, but cleared away by West Brom. Then there's a slip. Thomas Asante tried to charge forward, but he overruns it. It's out for a throw-in. Stroik runs away, thinking he could have done better from this set piece.
Yeah, it's a really good corner. Just put under pressure. Just trying to side foot it, just hit the back of a West Brom defender, I think. And that was another chance for Leeds from a set piece.
Ball on halfway. Leeds have it. Still 0-0. 27 on the clock here. A bumper weekend of sport we've got from 10 o'clock on Sunday. The Women's World Cup final, the build-up on TalkSport. England taking on Spain. And England double up after their Euro success. Ray Carruthers, Cedric Durham, Joe Shannon, Leanne Sanderson, part of our team for that one. And on Monday we're at Selhurst Park, live and exclusive on TalkSport for Palace against Arsenal. Adrian will be joined by Sam Matterface and Danny Murphy for that one. Only place you'll hear that on national radio right here on the TalkSport network. Still 0-0 here then. All that wide. Leeds looking to work that left touchline again. And it's out for a throw in.
It's quite fluid, that Leeds forward line. There's a lot of movement out wide. It swap positions, but not really penetrated in terms of open play. I think that it's quite solid, that back five. They've got to isolate the centre backs, because that's the joy that they've had, Leeds. And West Brom will just look to hit the break. Really good shape that they've got out of possession. Cobra on his side footing across the technical area, up and down, always barking out orders.
Yeah, he gets his steps in, like you said, Lucy.
I don't know how he does it in them tight jeans, to be honest.
Ball out wide over on the far side. And Leeds have it again. O'Donnell's looked really comfortable on his first Leeds start in the league. Sit away on this near side is Ayling. Ayling turns infield. Ampadu under pressure's had his pocket picked. And West Brom are looking to now charge forward, but good covering from Ayling. And in the end, West Brom do well with Yakuslu just to keep possession. He's got it back on halfway. Risky pass there, and James was in. Well, he was pulled down. He certainly wasn't the last defender there, Malumbi, but certainly going to get a yellow card as Dan James, he turned blindly there, Malumbi, and he was in behind him, James, and he got hooked round the neck, didn't he?
Tell you what, Malumbi there, he's having a go at his teammates, but you've got to have a look over your shoulder before you receive. He turns out and Dan James is there, and he just pulls Dan James. He had to do that, otherwise Dan James would have been, I think it would have been a real overload, and he'd have got himself, and you know how quick Dan James is as well, but Malumbi is just not having a look before he receives the ball.
No, he's not. Here now the ball with Leeds from the free kick. Stroik has it 20 yards over the halfway line. Silhouette the first goal here. Ball with Ampadu, fires it forward. Ball works out wide on the Leeds left again. That's been their go-to area. Now the cross comes in towards the 6-yard box, and it's allowed to bounce. And just a moment of hesitation there. Alex Palmer is maybe pleading that he had called for it to be left, but that was a little bit risky from West Brom.
Yeah, at Leeds again, they look good. Some good play around the box. They build up really well, and then the ball into the box there. I think everybody just stared at it, and it bounced through, and a little bit lucky for West Brom. But you know, West Brom look quite comfortable when those balls are played in. Leeds not making the most of the little bit of pressure that they've had on the edge of West Brom's area.
No. And if there is anything symptomatic with Leeds at the moment, that was a good cross. It landed right in front of goal. There was not a Leeds player really within 5 or 6 yards of it. West Brom have it edge of their own area again. Yakuslu turns into trouble again. Shackleton's nicked it away from him. Feeds it out wide. Here's a chance from the edge of the area for Dan James. Is he going to pull the trigger? He's working onto his right foot. Plays it across for Ayling. Side foots it, and Gelhardt turns it wide. Just couldn't get enough on it. And it goes behind for a goal kick. But better again from Leeds, who are pouncing on West Brom's inaccuracy in their passing on the edge of their own box.
Yeah, West Brom, Yakuslu in particular, is coming straight in towards the goalkeeper, receiving the ball and facing his own goal, and he's just getting the ball nicked from him. And to be fair, Leeds' press works, but again, they're getting in. They look a little bit out of ideas of how they're going to get someone in front of goal, and I think the chip came across from Dan James and put back in by Ayling, but Gelhardt couldn't put it towards goal, but it's getting better for Leeds.
Looking more like it. Still awaiting the first goal. 31 gone here. 0-0 between Leeds and West Bromwich Albion. Nottingham Forest in front over on TalkSport. They lead Sheffield United by that early. A one-year goal. 1-0 there for Forest. And Farker looking on, pensive. Been a tough start for him at Leeds. I think he's handled himself impeccably, really. But he'll be praying for the end of the window and hoping that he's got some reinforcements in, because whilst the team, if you like, is decent, Lucy, I'm not sure there's the strength in depth, is there?
No, and he's not got a grip. There's certain things that he's obviously not worked on yet, simply because he hasn't had the time. I think throw-ins are one of them. But there's certain things that you can see that his imprint onto the team, and the way that they do play at the ball, the edge of the area has worked. But he's got to still be in with a shout at the first international break, and it's just going to be so much up and down till then, I'm sure, with players in and out.
Ball out of play in front of Daniel Farker, who's in the right hand side dugout as we look down. 0-0. The Ellen Road crowd getting involved here, going to make themselves heard tonight. Throwing for West Bromwich Albion. Taking an eternity to get the ball back into play here. 12 to go to the break. Cooper will have it at the back. He gets it away to Palmer. And Palmer is closed down by Rutter. And he goes wide outside to Furlong over on the right. Furlong does well. He finds Wallace. Wallace will find a J. And he has it at the back. And they're waiting again for Leeds just to move out of shape. But I think they are just starting to sense Leeds. Certainly when the goalkeeper's got it, I think they're starting to move forward a little bit more quickly.
I'm looking at West Brom now. The centre-backs just passing it between themselves, but neither of them look comfortable in having the ball in those sort of areas and trying to get rid of it, because so he's not really dealing with the ball well in that central midfield area, and it's stopping any sort of build-up that West Brom might have. They need to just get it wide a little bit quicker.
Well, we got into the centre circle. Thomas Sensei was fouled, so it's a free kick taken quickly, and here come West Brom now looking to put the cross in deep, but that's too deep, and it's gone straight over Mellier's goal. One bounce and into the cop end, away to our left hand side here. 0-0.
Sorry, Mark, they've had the ball in those sort of areas where it's been left all right a few times in the first half already, West Brom, and it looks something like when they get it into the wing backs. It's just not happened enough for their liking. They just got a little bit too much pressure from Leeds as the home team.
Mellier under pressure now, but he deals with that nicely, and the ball knocked long and downfield, and Rutter's on the halfway line saying, why don't you pass it to me here? But he's not really got involved yet, has he? Leeds are not playing to his strengths, and he's just running. He's working hard, don't get me wrong, but he's not having an impact on the game yet.
No, he's obviously been told to stay long and try and stretch play and put the centre-backs under pressure. I think Gellhart in the 10 is coming a little bit deeper, trying to link play, but they've not got the ball to him enough. You've got to find your own ball sometimes as well.
Here now is James, who looks to feed it out wide for Ayling. Ayling now down the right-hand side. We'll just feed it inside to Gellhart. Gellhart looks up. 25 yards out, give and go edge of the area. Good challenge comes in on him. But Leeds will win it back with Gray, but Gray's challenge goes straight to Furlong. And Furlong will just ease his way further down the field and finds a teammate. And the ball now with Jason Malumbi. He gets it away to Yukuzlu. And it's still 0-0. You get the feeling it's going to be an error, I think, that leads to the first goal tonight.
Absolutely. West Brom have nearly made a couple, but you see, Leeds are not going to get to the edge of the area, and there's so many bodies in those central areas and do give and goes that are actually going to get them in. It has to be really accurate for that to happen. They've not had any runs beyond yet. That's something that Leeds haven't done when they got to the edge of West Brom's area.
It is still 0-0 here. Ball into the feet of Thomas Asante. Here's Phillips on the left-hand side. Looks to draw the challenge and goes past Ayling. That was too easy. Phillips down the left. Puts in a great-looking ball arriving late at the far post. They couldn't turn it in. It was Furlong inside the 6-yard box, but he couldn't get the connection on it. And that was a let-off for Leeds.
Tell you what, Luke Ayling is struggling when he's had to defend against Phillips. He looks good when he gets himself up the pitch. He's part of Leeds' outlet on that right-hand side, so he has to work really hard to get back. But when Phillips gets the ball, and it hasn't been that many times, I think wing-back to wing-back is the way way that West Brom are going to get into this game and get a goal, I think.
Ball at the back here with Leeds again, looking to work it forward for Gray. Gray beaten to it by Swift. Here's Phillips again, but his cushion pass is picked up by Rodon, who's off on a run up towards halfway, where keeper puts a big boot in and Rodon's gone down clutching his shin. I don't think there was any ill intent in that. Maybe the follow through from keeper just caught Rodon on the shin pad.
Yeah, it was quite a tough challenge, I think, Rodon, and he sort of ran into a load of bodies and got stopped in his tracks, and it obviously hurt. I think he just took a touch out of his feet, and he had to then he just got kicked on his shin pad. He completely missed him, did keeper.
Yeah, that's one where Rodon might wish he had bigger shin pads than the ones he's got on at the minute, but he's up and okay. I think he'll be a decent signing for Leeds. Yep. Only a bit of experience, well, a lot of experience at the back, and proven performer at this level, of course.
Yeah, he didn't get many chances at Spurs, but obviously performed when he was in the Championship before, and he'll see this as a real opportunity to get minutes and play in a group of players on a regular basis.
So he's bundled off the ball a little bit too easily there. The keeper has it inside his own 18-yard box. He'll get it away. Here now is Kuslu, who feeds it forward. Swift tried to nick his way past Ampadu. Ampadu goes in, wins a crunching tackle. Ball breaks now to James. He gets it away here to Shackleton. 30 yards out from goal, looking to feed it wide for Ayling. Just had to wait for the pass. Now he pokes it wide to Gelhardt. 4 white shirts waiting in the middle. Shackleton comes to the near side, right-hand corner of the area. Tries to feed it down the touchline for James. James now is tackled. Is that going to go out for a throw-in? It is. Throwing to Leeds.
See, West Brom are defending deep. They're just denying any spacing behind for Leeds to run into, and then they're just engaging with them right on the edge of the box, or just inside the box. So, and Leeds are just trying to fiddle balls through.
Yeah, can't quite. They've got no focal point. I can't just lump it in there, hoping that a big centre forward's going to get on the end of it. They don't have one at the moment. Here now is Ayling, down by the corner flag, does really well, works a 1-2 into the area. Strong challenge comes in to deny him any further advance, and that was a good challenge as well, but Gray couldn't keep it in. It's out for a throw midway side West Brom half.
I tell you what, West Brom are the architects of their own downfall. They're playing little balls into midfield, they're not moving it quick, and Leeds are just pouncing. I think that they just got to stretch play a longer ball wide, because when they have done that and they've got themselves in Leeds' half, and they look something like, but Leeds winning the ball, quite a lot of Leeds chances or positive stuff in the final third have come from when West Brom are just trying to fiddle it around.
Still 0-0. That's the voice of Lucy Ward, former Leeds striker, here with us tonight. As the ball played forward is picked up by Ampadu. Cushions the header out wide for James. James has it on that left-hand touchline. Now trying to drive his way through. He goes down. Leeds fans have appealed for a free kick. James has stayed down. West Brom play on, and a good sliding challenge over on the far side from Byron prevented a possible break through the middle for West Bromwich Albion, but Dan James certainly thought he was fouled there.
It was to be about 3 players that brought him down there, but Thomas DeSanta did better then. Played the ball into his feet and it stuck, and then they managed to nearly get away down that right-hand side, but Sam Byron did really well.
There's a great sliding challenge. Remains goalless here, but you'd have to say Leeds have been the more aggressive in terms of their attacking play, but nothing yet. That one save from Palmer from Dan James' shot, really the closest that Leeds have come. Ball on halfway. Stroik gets it away. Gelhardt flicks it out wide. Here's Byram now. Byram, of course, had that curling shot early on, didn't he? Went just past the far post. Leeds trying to play it forward, just misplaced the pass, but they're helped up by Yakuslu, who knocks it straight out for a throw in, and Leeds are on top here. 5 to go to the break, well, 5 to go to the 45. Goodness knows how long we'll have added on at the end of the first half, as Rutter does well this time to hold possession on the Leeds left-hand side. Level with the edge of the area, but there's only one in the box, and that's Luke Ayling. They're going to try and get it to Luke Ayling. It's headed up in the air by Peters. Keeper's going to come and collect it, and that is a problem for Leeds.
Yeah, so they're working a lot down the left-hand side. So good play, but once you've done 3 or 4 short passes, ball has to be in the box, and players have to be in the box. And I think that they'd rather take part in the little 5-a-side in those sort of areas than they would to actually have anything meaningful in terms of ball into the box.
Ball going to be worked forward by Palmer. Beaten in the air is Jed Wallace. And Leeds have got it back. Leeds dominating at the moment, it seems, possession. And we have it over on the far side.
I don't think they've found Rutter yet, Leeds, in terms of getting the ball into his feet or even a running behind. He's just run about all game and not really had the ball. And it is frustrating when you're a striker and that happens.
And it almost jumped up in the air in frustration as one run was, he knew he would have gone offside, so he had to come back and start again. Look, I will say, he is. I know it's quite a simple thing to say. He's running around. He's not hiding. He's going looking for the ball. It's up to Leeds to find him as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and he's working hard out of possession. But as a striker, it's so frustrating if there's a lot of things going on around you, but actually the ball's not coming into you. But to be honest, it's him and then the three centre backs that obviously are marshalling him quite well.
With the visitors, West Bromwich Albion. And a couple of decent crosses into the area, but Mellier's not had an awful lot to do, truth be told. And now Kipper's just stood there waiting for something to happen. Eventually goes back to his goalkeeper. Palmer gives it back to him, edge of his own area. Now he's under pressure, but finds a pass. Rutter's doing the shuttle runs between central defender and goalkeeper, but West Brom work it forward, and here's Semi Ajayi now. Puts it over the top. Oh, that could have been offside. That was pretty tight. West Brom, though, have beaten the offside trap down the far side. Can they now produce a cross? They're going to earn themselves a corner.
That's offside, that, didn't he?
Did just look a yard off, didn't he, the West Brom runner there, but no VAR here, so we'll get on with it.
Yeah, this is an opportunity now for West Brom to get themselves. They've got a corner, get the big lads up from the back and work these set pieces well.
It is a chance now over on that West Brom right hand side. Ellen Road waits with bated breath. 2 to go to the break in front of the Cop end here. Mellier's got 2 blue and red shirts stood right directly in front of him. The cross whipped into the 6-yard box. Rutter with a good header. It'll fall 30 yards out from goal. They're going to stand up the cross towards the far side, and they'll keep it in West Brom here. Chance down the right again. Plenty of blue shirts waiting for a cross. Can they engineer one here? Neat little turn, but good defending from James on the far side. Stopped it initially, but the threat not yet gone. Working it over on the far side, West Brom. Little turns and pirouettes, but Leeds are there, and Leeds play their way out, and Rutter does well to hold it up. Now can he find a teammate as he skips towards halfway? He gets it down the touchline. Leeds looking to break. Ayling again is the furthest Leeds man forward, and the move breaks down because there was nowhere for Leeds to go there. Frustration. In the days of old, there'd have been 5 or 6 white shirts in the area there waiting for a cross, but they're not. This is not Bielsa's Leeds anymore, and Leeds have got it on the far side. There's still an opportunity here, though, as they work it in. Rutter now stabs it through. Ball pulled back, and it cannons up in the air, and Palmer will collect it, and that will be the goalkeeper's ball.
So what happened there? West Brom were up for a corner, and there's like second phase from that corner, trying to get the ball. Leeds won it on the left-hand side really deep, and first time West Brom have been completely out of shape, and they just didn't commit enough players forward. Gelhardt got the ball and had a look round, couldn't really see anybody that he thought he'd find, and then chose to keep it. It's just frustrating that you haven't on those regains, that you commit more players forward, because that was a chance there for Leeds.
Yeah, it was. First real stoppage in play. Dan James has just been getting a bit of treatment after he challenged Alex Palmer for the ball. And that was an opportunity for Leeds. We're inside the final couple of seconds. Here comes the fourth official. So there's only one added on minute.
No.
At the end of the first half. Well, interesting. As the ball is with Palmer. 0-0 here on TalkSport 2. Busy, huge weekend of sport over on TalkSport right now. Forest Leeds, Sheffield United. You've got the app, you can swipe left and right between the 2 stations, catch up with all the podcasts or any of the shows you may have missed. Here come West Brom looking for a late foray forward. They've got to throw him midway inside the Leeds half. As the fans start to make their way down the concourses, looking for a bit of light refreshment at half-time. And West Brom not in any great rush to take the throw-in. they'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, I think they will. Absolutely. As an away team, I think there's been a few wobbly moments, but they've defended quite well. At times a bit wobble, but going forward, all right.
Yeah, there is the half-time whistle. There's a nice ovation from the fans inside the ground here. Not many chances to speak of. Sam Byram curled a shot wide of the far post when he broke into the air, and the one meaningful save, well, that went the way of West Bromwich Albion's goalkeeper Alex Palmer, who did well to deny a low Dan James shot. On the other end, West Brom have put a couple of great balls in. One from Matt Phillips that if Darnell Furlong could have just got a decent touch on it, they well have broken the deadlock. But both teams trying to score goals, but at the moment we haven't had any here on TalkSport 2. At the break at Ellen Road, it's Leeds United 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. Cheers, Adrian. Looking down, I can't see there have been any changes at half-time for either side, as West Brom in their red and navy strip are attacking from left to right here. There's been a little bit of banter, I think, between the West Brom goalkeeper Alex Palmer and the Cop crowd behind him. We're almost set to get back underway here. There have been no changes. So for Leeds, it's Meslier in goal, Byram, Struijk, Roden and Ayling the back four, Ampadu and Gray holding with James Gelhardt, Shackleton behind Jorginho Rutter up top, and for the Albion, Palmer in goal. It's a J keeper and Peters at the back with Furlong and Phillips as the wing-backs. Custer and Malumbi holding with Wallace, Swift and Thomas Asante up top. So the first action of the second half is a strong challenge from Jason Malumbi. He puts it out for a throw. What are you expecting in this second half, Lucy Ward?
Well, I think that Farke might have just had a little bit of a go at his players in terms of what they're doing at the end of the good work that they found themselves, either winning the ball high, their press is really good, but there should be at least one goal in front. I think that Carlos Corberan will say to his players, he should say to his players that at one stage, instead of trying to fiddle the ball into Yakusu in central midfield, just pass the press, because you will just take out 5 or 6 Leeds players. Just find someone in further up the pitch, because you'll be more effective.
Well, here's Thomas Asante trying to get on the end of a ball through, and Meslier was quickly out to the edge of his area.
Good example of exactly what I meant. So Leeds pressed with a sort of 4 or 5 players, and there was a longer pass from West Brom, and in 2 passes they got Thomas Asante into the box and a little bit far in front of him. But that's the sort of build-up they need to do, a little bit quicker, try and mix it up.
Ball now played forward for Dan James. Furlong will head it away, but only to Gelhardt. Gelhardt finds James again down the left. Needs a white shirt in the middle. Puts in the cross, and the offside flag belatedly went up. The cross was hit goal by Ayling, and it's offside against Dan James on this near side. Still 0-0.
Yeah, I think when the ball came out, it ricocheted back to Dan James. I think that he was offside, but I think it was a good chance for West Brom. It's a great little ball through to Thomas Asante, and they did really well to good starting position out early, just to smother right on the edge of his area.
So 0-0, a couple of minutes gone, second half. You're live on TalkSport 2, as Adrian was telling you. What a weekend of sport we've got for you live. Football, a World Cup final, of course. Football from the Premier League, from the Championship. Live rugby union from the summer series, and live golf as well, and live rugby league. It's all here on the TalkSport network. Now there's a free kick for offside against Leeds right on the halfway line, and I can tell you that Harry Kane has scored his first Bayern Munich goal. Bayern Munich lead by 2-0 now. So Harry Kane with an assist earlier on, and now he's off and running, the England captain. Good luck to him as well, as now West Brom from the free kick come forward. And inside their own half, looking to work it on this near side. Semir J will bring it forward. Looks to try and feed it through, and just overplayed the pass to Wallace. He was trying to win himself a throw-in, but concedes territory down that right-hand side.
In the game against Cardiff, the game against Shrewsbury, I think Leeds were behind, and Daniel Farke came out in the second half much better, and I think that against Birmingham it was a little bit samey in the second half, where he didn't have to do that half-time team talk, and maybe a little bit like that today. I think he will expect more of his players in the final third.
Well, the ball on halfway. And West Brom have got it back again. Here's a J on this near side. It'll be interesting. You look at the options available to Daniel Farke. They are somewhat limited. Only named 7 subs, including 2 goalkeepers, as West Brom playing around at the back almost got themselves into trouble as Ayling tries to win the ball and gets the throw over on the far side of the field. Just see West Brom side of halfway. Still 0-0 here.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between the two teams. When Corberan turns around and looks at his bench, he sees options, and I'm not sure Farke has that luxury at this particular point in time. Players that can change the game for West Brom.
Yeah, well, Leeds will come forward here, and they have it with Byram. Gets it away. Stroik will bring it forward. He looked at the option of going to Dan James wide on the left-hand side, but instead came short. Back to Meslier, who finds Stroik on the near side. Now James wants it played down the channel, but Gelhardt made a run through the middle. He's beaten to it by Palmer, who side foots it away. Daniel Farke shows a neat touch to control the ball in his edge of his technical area, and Leeds have got to throw in.
Now West Brom are just playing a little bit higher up the pitch. If they're going to do that, there needs to be pressure on the ball, because they need to drop quickly as soon as Leeds do get on the ball and play longer.
Yeah, Leeds are going to go back to Meslier. So what have Leeds got second half? 0-0 at the break. Meslier trying to draw players forward, and they have come forward to try and close down Ayling, who does well, and now they'll flick the ball, but they've given it away here, and West Brom are looking to break inside the area. Thomas Asante has it down the left, pulls it back, shot, fingertip save. Meslier pushes it onto the post. That was a wonderful save from Meslier to deny Jed Wallace his first sniff of goal, and he almost puts West Brom in front.
Yeah, Ayling plays around the corner, it's intercepted, and then again it's limited passes. It's Wallace. The ball played in by Thomas Asante is brilliant. He flicks with the outside of his right foot, and Meslier is stretching, just touches the ball onto the post, and that nearly was first goal for West Brom. What a brilliant save that was from Meslier.
Here's the corner, danger not yet done with. Headed away well inside the 6-yard box. Really strong header there. But again, West Brom have got it back. They're going to put the ball back into the area, headed away at the far post by Leeds. West Brom should keep it in, level with the edge of the area, down the right-hand side. Here's Malumbi, just ran into a bit of trouble, gets it away now to Wallace. Wallace goes down the right. Can he fashion a cross? No, he can't, but he'll win a corner. Comes off Sam Byram, so a good start to the second half all of a sudden for West Bromwich Albion. Yeah,
West Bromwich Albion are playing better. They're getting up the pitch in fewer passes and not really pressing as well, Leeds, and I think that just by squeezing the pitch a bit, West Brom, they're actually getting the bodies forward, and they've won the ball back a couple of times, doing what Leeds did to West Brom in the first half.
So another corner, 6 gone second half. This one's played in low, not cleared, bouncing in the area, shot comes in, deflected, and it's gone in, and West Bromwich Albion have got the lead, and it's Malumbi who races away to celebrate, but his effort took a wicked deflection past Meslier. West Brom won't care one bit about that. It's Leeds 0, West Brom 1.
Yeah, a little bit of luck. We talked about perhaps it would be a mistake that led to a goal, but in the first half Leeds got one and it hit the post. This time Malumbi got the effort on goal, deflected. Meslier had absolutely no chance after making that really good stop a couple of minutes earlier, but West Brom certainly had the better of the start of the second half. They couldn't get rid of it. Malumbi even had the time to take a second touch, but I think it touched Thomas Asante before it went past Meslier. But from a defensive point of view there from Leeds, they just had a couple of chances to get rid of the ball. Malumbi just took a swipe of it. It hit Thomas Asante, I think on the midriff really, and past Meslier. So that is a little bit of luck as far as West Brom are concerned, and it's devastating for Leeds.
Did it hit his arm, Thomas?
It looks like it did. He had his arms by his arms by his side.
That's gone in off his arm. Well, we said this is a VAR free zone. VAR would have ruled that out because that hit Thomas Asante on the arm, and it's gone in past Meslier. It is West Brom 1-0 up here.
I don't think anybody went to the referee from Leeds to to say to the referee, or the assistant referee, very difficult if the referee's not in a good place to see that, and it's very difficult for the assistant ref to see that.
Well, here is Thomas Asante, has it out wide, and now West Brom looking to double their lead. They have it down the left-hand side, level with the edge of the area again. They're looking to put the ball in towards the far post. Furlong is in there, but it's headed away by Byram, and the ball will be kept in play by West Bromwich Albion, who might feel here there's a chance for them to go on and wrap this game up. They lead by a goal to nil.
Yeah, they're just sensing West Brom that just while Leeds are a little bit out of sort after the goal, that they can quickly get a second with the pressure that they've just put on since the start of the second half.
Well, for the fourth time, Leeds find themselves behind. Fourth time in 4 games this season. And now they've got some more defending to do as Furlong hurls in a great long throw, and it's not dealt with. Phillips will get it edge of the area, left-hand side of the field, by the byline now, looking to try and work it back. West Brom recycled possession, have gone back to halfway. They might have to go back to the goalkeeper here, they will, because Rutter was closing down the space. And Palmer will get the ball away. Now they're looking for a crossfield switch.
It just proves, Mark, that all the good work that Leeds did in the first half, if you haven't got somebody who can put the ball in the back of the net, this is what happens with an away team. They get a little bit more confidence, they get a little bit of luck, and they find themselves 1-0 in front.
Well, here come West Brom again. Jed Wallace starting to see more of the ball, and now a crunching tackle goes in from Leeds, and the referee will just stop play momentarily, and he pulls out a yellow card for Shackleton. So, well, that's 4 yellow cards, and behind the Gelhardt deliberate block to slow down the restart. Really seen too many bad challenges.
No, definitely not. I think Shackleton's just a little bit frustrated. He's done well, Jamie Shackleton, in that role. He's buzzed about behind Rutter, particularly in the first half. He's just doing a little bit of defending in the second half.
Here now, West Brom down the left again. Good looking ball in, but Byron was there on the 6-yard line to hoof the ball away. And the ball out of play. Leeds will get a throw in just short of the halfway line over on the far side.
I still don't look at these two teams.
Oh, another yellow card here. This time Matt Phillips has been booked. I'm not entirely sure what that was for. Sorry, Lucy.
Yeah, I don't look at these two teams and think that they're going to be right at the top of the league. They don't look like they have that sort of level of competence. I think they're making a good game of it today, but I don't see that quality. That there's a lot of quality in the Championship, and both these teams will need to raise the levels if they want to be up in the playoffs or thereabouts at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting end to the window, isn't it, in the Championship? Adrian mentioned earlier on that Middlesbrough sold Sugar Akpom, top scorer last season. There's a lot of comings and goings, and you can't help but feel all these big money moves that are on the precipice in the Premier League are going to have a trickle-down effect to what happens at the top end of the Championship. All will be revealed. We'll keep our eye across it on the TalkSport network, of course, as Leeds try and block a clearance.
I'm just watching the replay of the goal, Mark, and not only did he handball it in, or it hit his hand and went in, he actually was offside as well by the look of it.
Well, what was he? I thought there was a man on the post.
Was it?
I think there was a player on the post. I thought the same as you.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at that again, but
I'm trying to watch the game and a little replay, and I got it wrong.
No, it's it looked even worse from that angle we've just seen.
But it did hit his arm, didn't he? I think that's the. Like somebody should have seen that, but West Brom won't care.
No, well, it did ricochet off a Leeds player before it hit him, but his arm was out. So anyway, it's 1-0, and West Brom won't be bothered. They'll be a little bit bothered here. They're just struggling to clear the ball out of their own end of the field, and the ball's picked up by Gray. Does well, turns away to the centre circle. He was looking for an outlet on the right. There was nobody to go to, and Leeds now are coming left. They're playing very narrow at the moment. Leeds, no real width to the proceedings.
Yeah, they usually have Ayling on that right-hand side. He's gone up there now, but that's the out ball that Archie Gray was looking for, but it just wasn't there. Ayling was just back defending.
Was indeed. Ball out of play on this near side. And now Leeds have got it back again, and Leeds looking for a response. Haven't got one at the moment. Still 1-0 West Brom lead, 58 on the clock, live on TalkSport 2. Don't forget tomorrow, cracking game to get game day live underway. It's on TalkSport 2, Plymouth Southampton, 12:30 kick-off. Nigel Ladley and Sam Parkin, our commentary team for that one. And then 2 live games from the Premier League, and Wolves Brighton at 3 o'clock on TalkSport, and Manchester City Newcastle at 8, both exclusively live on TalkSport tomorrow. As the ball now works its way centre field with Malumbi. Malumbi turned into trouble there. There were blue shirts to his right hand side. West Brom had just started to commit 1 or 2 forward. Rutter looked like he'd gone a yard too soon. Didn't matter anyway. Keeper beats him to the ball. Colburn, I think, is furious that the flag didn't go up there, but West Brom have got it back.
I tell you what, Leeds are hiding a little bit now, and then the only one who isn't hiding and showing for the ball is Archie Gray, and he is, 17 years old? Yeah. So I think that you just got to be brave to play it. You go goal down, you've got to show for the ball. If you're Luke Ayling, you've got to get in those positions on that wide, because they did all right in the first half. They find themselves at 1-0 down, but they've got to find a way, because you can get into these West Brom defenders, you can press them and win the ball back, but they just got to do better with when they do win it back.
Big game in the Super League, could well be a relegation decider. Wakefield are further behind. Wakefield 8, Castle at 20. Castle will go 2 points clear of Wakefield at the bottom of the Super League table. Here come Leeds now, driving forward through the midfield. What can they find? They'll get it away to Gelhardt, but the red and blue are getting back in plenty of numbers. Leeds outnumbered here as Dan James has it. Wide on the left, cuts in, heading to the edge of the area, tries to feed it for Gelhardt. Gelhardt gets there. Did he get brought down? Leeds are screaming for a penalty. Nothing doing. It's a corner kick.
Well, the referee was in a good position, Mark, just trying to clear it. I think Kipre just come across. It's a good run, actually, from Gelhardt. No, I'm not sure there's anything in that. I think he got to the ball, didn't he, Kipre? I don't think that Gelhardt did get a touch, and then Kipre just cleared it, but I'm not sure. I think the referee was in a good enough position it wasn't a penalty for Leeds. Well,
another controversial moment. Daniel Farker not happy about that. Here now a corner for Leeds. Ellen Road, a cauldron with an hour gone, and now the referee wants a word. There's some pushing and shoving. There's 6 waiting inside the West Brom 6-yard box in front of their own goalkeeper Alex Palmer. They're a bit dodgy. They have been dodgy in the last game against Swansea. Set pieces, West Brom. Well, there's Dan James going to swing it in, right-footed. Can Leeds find a leveller here? Ball delivered towards the centre of goal. Header towards goal. Phillips will pick it up. He just punts it long and downfield, and it's going to be swept up by Jamie Shackleton inside his own half. Leeds starting to commit a few more bodies forward here. Are they going to get undone on the counter-attack by West Bromwich Albion, who have it now? Leeds back in possession on halfway. Looking to work the middle of the field here is Stroik. Stroik goes forward, finds Ampadu. Ampadu will work it back to the right-hand side. Now they'll come forward towards the edge of the area, right-hand side of the field. They'll feed it out looking for a cross. Now back on the left foot, cross towards the far post. Flicked up by Rutter, gets the touch and he's gone wide. It took a deflection off Dan James, who has stood, 3 yards out from goal, and he's turned it away from the goal. I'll tell you what, that's a big chance. It's actually really well worked. Ball in. Ayling was going to put it in with his right foot, puts it in with his left foot, gets a little touch in, but just needed Dan James to just put his foot on the end of it. Rutter just got it all wrong, right in front of goal. It just needed some sort of touch towards goal rather than away from it, and Dan James made a mess of that, and again just reinforces what Leeds haven't got and how it affects the momentum of the game when they don't score at the times where they get themselves in front of goal. Farker looks on. Leeds have run it back. Good interception there from Stroik. Here now is James, edge of the area, speeding his way towards the penalty area, but it's cleared away from him. Picked up by Ampadu. He's going to let one go. Is he? No. He's brought down. No. 25 yards out. Leeds are playing on the front foot. Things are starting to happen for Leeds here. Yeah, Strouk did really well. He jumped right out of his position at centre back, won the ball, and then he was racing up the pitch and just driving forward, and I think that sort of front foot, it just commits the West Brom defenders to make challenges, and now they've got themselves a real good area for a free kick. Leeds. Well, who's going to hit this one? Archie Gray stood over it. Is he going to be the one to take it? Or will it be Gelhardt? Palmer waits, all in his turquoise goalkeeping strip. Archie Gray, the teenager. No Gelhardt there as well. Who's going to take the responsibility? Gelhardt it is, who hits it straight into the wall. That was frustrating. And now the ball back on the edge of the centre circle. Leeds work it out wide on the right. Halen will cut in field now, gets it away. Here now is Gray, 35 yards out from goal, maybe a little bit too far here. If you just joined us, Leeds 0, West Brom 1. Deflected goal that went in off Brandon Thomas Asante's hand, but into the back of the net, puts West Brom in front. Zampadu now plays it forward, but they're dispossessed, and Thomas Asante does well, skips away from one. Was he pulled down? Referee's happy to let play go on here. Stroik does well, finds Dan James on halfway. James gets it away back to Byram.
Tell you what, West Brom are really comfortable in that shape, defending the edge of the area. It's up to Leeds to move them around. The problems that West Brom have is when they're trying to build and they've got the ball at the feet of those defenders, and Leeds just need to find a way through. But the momentum certainly with Leeds now, it's just moved and shifted away from West Brom in the last few minutes.
Yeah. Well, crucially, West Brom have hit the back of the net. Leeds haven't managed yet, but there's plenty of time here. So a little bit of a nervy Ellen Road. Reminder, the news earlier on TalkSport that Tyler Adams is on his way to Bournemouth, and that Willie Nonto's handed in a transfer request this afternoon, we understand. As now Leeds weave their way towards the edge of the area. It's a mazy little run from Shackleton, but eventually he ran out of room, and West Brom happy just to hammer the ball out of play on the far side for a throw-in.
Yeah, good run by Shackleton, but you've got to release it early, get the ball into the box or a shot.
Still 1-0, but West Brom getting pushed further and further back. Carlos Corberan's just called one of his subs. They're going to make a change as Rutter thought he was going to get past one. He would have been in on goal as well. And now the ball turned over cheaply there. Caught in possession was Wallace, into his own area. Here's Dan James, goes for the killer! Great save from Palmer. Full stretch, has got a fingertip on it, and it shaves the top of the bar, and it's behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's a really, really good effort from the edge of the area. Again, good work from Gelhardt, managing to find the feet of Dan James. Just opens up, so he's killing it in from the left-hand side outside of the box, but Palmer right at the last second gets a fingertip to it and saved it. It's an excellent save. That's two good saves from each goalkeeper.
Well, Dan James thought he'd got the leveller there. That was a great effort. It's still 1-0. We've got a delay in play here. There's someone down there. I think it is Palmer who's getting a bit of treatment, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just taking the sting out of what Leeds are building up. Obviously, the crowd settle down when there's an injury, and they recognise, obviously, when a goalkeeper goes down, he can't be taken off the pitch, so it doesn't really disrupt anything other than the rhythm of the opposing team.
Well, it's going to be a corner for Leeds. Great save from Alex Palmer. Was absolutely all out to keep that out of the back of his own net. Still 1-0 here. Now the goalkeeper's up, and he's fit and ready to go on here, as we are about to see Jeremy Sarmiento, the Ecuadorian Brighton loanee, about to come on. He's stripped and ready to go. But West Brom still going to be in front when he comes on. Here comes the corner now, whipped towards the 6-yard box, skims off ahead. Leeds will get it back, but they'll have to go back to the centre circle. Shackleton has it. He will come forward, gets it away to Gray. Gray back to Shackleton. Under pressure's got to go away from goal. Stroik has it. Back to Shackleton, who's on the left-hand side now. Cuts in. There seems to be more blue shirts and white shirts at the moment. Now they'll try and fit it. Rutter almost played Shackleton in. The idea was right. The pass not the best, but West Brom have given it away. They just can't get out at the moment, the Baggies. Yeah,
they need Thomas Asante, better ball into him. That wasn't a good ball. It's the right idea from Swift.
Ball is on the edge of the area. West Brom will look to clear it. Now it's picked up by Ampadu. Strong challenge goes in on him. Leeds keeping the ball alive. We will get a full time from the Bundesliga in a moment with Ian Danta, but here's Rutter now, pops up on the left, little step over, tries to go round Furlong, and Furlong, has he given away a corner? No, it's a goal kick. Let's find out then how Harry Kane's debut ended up in the Bundesliga. Ian Danta.
Full-time whistle's just gone. Werder Bremen 0, Bayern Munich 4, and Harry Kane a goal and an assist on his full debut. The assist came in the 4th minute with a deft flick on halfway to set Leroy Sané away for his first of the night. Kane had several chances either side of the break, got his goal just after the hour, fed by Alphonso Davies from the left, and a low clinical finish from the edge of the area. Sané got a second, and Tell as a sub made it 4 very late on. Bayern off to a customary flyer, but Kane in amongst it, Mark, on his debut. A goal and an assist. Bremen 0, Bayern Munich 4.
Cheers, Dance. As the ball away to our left with Alex Palmer. So bright start in the Bundesliga for Harry Kane. And the ball not long and downfield. We have seen that change. Sarmiento has come onto the field. He replaced John Swift, who went off.
I'll tell you what, he's looked bright as well. The sort of cameo appearances he's made, Sarmiento, it looks like a really good loan signing for West Brom. Just obviously trying to get him match fit, so he's not. I don't think he's started yet, or he's not had a full 90 minutes.
So out for a throw in here. 21 remaining. Heard from Ian Danta there. He'll be at Molineux tomorrow. Wolves Brighton live and exclusive on TalkSport. He'll be with Perry Groves. Adrian will be around the grounds as well. All the goals as they go in. It's full time in the Super League, and Salford, given their playoff hopes, a real shot in the arm. They might just have ended Huddersfield Giants as well. 32-8. Salford have won that one in the Super League. I can tell you in the battle at the bottom, Wakefield 12, Castleford 22 is the latest score. Here it's still 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. Tell you what, we've just seen a replay again, and bearing in mind it is a replay late on, it did look like Kipper got a little of the ball, but he also got a bit of Gelhardt for that penalty.
But that's it. We talk what contact constitutes a penalty, and I'm not sure that when you see that in sort of real time, as the referee would have done, it looked like it was a strong challenge and he just cleared the ball.
Well, ball is on halfway. West Brom have got it. They lead by that goal to nil. And here now is a J, gets it out wide, intercepted though by Dan James, who saw the pass in and jumped in and nicked it. Now he tries to feed it forward, and Rutter again on the back foot. Should tell you as well, in the interest of balance, that Adrian's beloved Hull FC are leading at 12-8 at Wigan in the Super League as well. Come on the Warriors, or we'll never hear the end of it. Ball on the halfway line. What Leeds would do for a goal right now. Struijk has it. Corberan is jumping up and down, still getting the orders on. Little flick pass finds Gelhardt. Gelhardt's block challenge, then breaks for James on the left-hand side. Works it down to the corner flag. Works it onto his right foot. Here's Ayling arriving late. Oh, Luke Ayling! Wonderful header! James with a cross. Luke Ayling celebrates, and Leeds have got their goal. It comes from the fullback, but Leeds don't care one bit. Leeds won, West Brom won.
Yeah, it's good. Ayling has been threatening that. At times he's been the only one who's arriving in the box, and the cross is good enough, because what he does is he hangs the ball up right into the box. I think that West Brom again, they give the ball away further up the pitch, but Leeds have got that many players forward, and this time Leeds put a good ball in. It's a good ball in from Dan James, and then the defenders are just stood. Luke Ayling times and climbs really well, gets his head to it, and Palmer absolutely no chance. So that's been coming, to be honest.
It has. And now Leeds sniffing that they can go on and win it. Rutter does well. Ball will break kindly here. Leeds looking for 2 goals in a minute. Shot comes in. Shackleton's effort was blocked, and it's out for a throw in far side. Yeah,
crowd are right behind Leeds, and West Brom just need to stand firm, just not to concede another one quickly.
All of a sudden we've got a great game on here. 1-1 on TalkSport 2. Gelhardt turns edge of the area. Can he find a shot? He does find a shot, beaten away by Palmer. It was a stinging effort. The header back into the box, and Palmer will come and collect it. The offside flag had gone up anyway, but that was a fine save from a strong Gelhardt shot.
Yeah, it's better from Gelhardt. What you've got to do at this, if you get the ball into certain positions, then have a shot. It could go anywhere. The rain is coming down in bucket loads, and it's all. I think that does affect how a goalkeeper can deal with it, and it's just about keeping the pressure on for Leeds.
17 to go, live in the Championship. TalkSport 2, your home of the EFL, and Leeds have responded magnificently here now as Ampadu brings it forward, finds Dan James, whose cross led to the equaliser. Ball here with Stroik, gets it away. Roden back to Ampadu. Got a cracker coming up for you tomorrow as well. Plymouth Southampton, 12:30, TalkSport 2. James skips past 2, went into the box. Ball cleared away. He was there 1 minute gone the next. Dan James is just starting to show his skills.
That's better from James. I think he took a lot of confidence from that cross. The assist for the Luke Ayling goal. He looks lively on this left-hand side.
About to see a double change from West Bromwich Albion here. Connor Townsend, who was the one left out from last week, he's coming on, as is Josh Madger, the former Sunderland and Bordeaux striker. 1-1 here on TalkSport 2, 16 to go. Ball forward for Rutter. Wins a throw in over on that far side of the field. Here come the changes. Can tell you there's been a goal. Chris Wood, formerly of Leeds United, has scored for Nottingham Forest. Forest 2, Sheffield United 1. That game is live right now and exclusive over on TalkSport. Double change coming in here then. So, coming off is Brandon Thomas Asante to be replaced by Josh Madger. Interesting whether Asante gets credited with that goal or not for West Bromwich Albion. He has been, we understand, and Eric Peters is coming off as well to be replaced by Connor Townsend. So a double change for Carlos Corberan. Townsend on and Josh Madger on.
Just seeing whether West Brom are going to change shape with that. I think they may be doing.
Well, we'll have a look at that as and when the ball back in play. Leeds have got a throw-in over on the far side. Well, Brandon Thomas Asante is credited with a goal. It's his second of the season. Luke Ayling with a header got Leeds level, and it's game on here. Leeds have it in their own half. West Brom have had to weather a bit of a storm as the ball played forward, and Rutter may be caught in two minds there. Leeds subs warming up, but we mentioned he's only got 7 subs, Daniel Farker. 2 of those are goalkeepers, Klaassen and Darlow. Ball played forward by West Brom. Ampadu picks up the pieces for Leeds. Leeds are dominating territory at the moment. Can they turn the deficit into a lead as James sets off down the left again, puts in a great ball, arriving at the far post. It was headed away from Gelhardt. It'll be kept in on the Leeds right. Can they get the ball back? They needed Ayling in there again on the end of that one. Here's Stroik again on this near side. Gets it away to Sam Byram. Byram finds Dan James, who's becoming a real threat for Leeds now. Gets it away, but he's given it away. It'll fall luckily for Sam Byram. 25 yards out from the corner flag. He's looking to go down the left-hand side as well. Drives in across, not dealt with, and luckily for West Brom there was another blue and red shirt behind to sweep up the immediate danger. But again, Lucy, they just cannot get the ball away.
There's just no outlet. He's made a couple of changes, Cobra, and put Townsend in that left-back position, and I think they are now playing with a back four, but when they get the ball, they just can't see a player. Imagine he needs to get himself free and hold it up, or stretching behind, but Leeds are just relentless at the moment.
Ayling will put the cross in towards Rutter, beaten in the air by Kipra. And again, the ball is cleared away only as far as the edge of the centre circle. Leeds, it's like a game of attack against defence at the moment. Dan James is weaving his way into the area again. Squares the ball. Shackleton didn't have any time. Tried to bluster his way through a couple of tackles, and then an agricultural challenge from Stroik. And that will give West Brom a breather with 12 minutes remaining. And another yellow card. I have to say, Matthew Donahue, the referee tonight, has not been very lenient, has he?
That Stroik, when he was stopping an attack from West Brom, I think that's why he gave the yellow card. But I think West Brom just need a little bit of respite, and I think they're using this free kick to get just that. They haven't been able to connect any passes. They've been panicking when they do win it back, and they've been playing in the wrong areas, and it's just invited Leeds onto them.
It has. Ball is with Alex Palmer. Tonight has twice denied Dan James. One fine save earlier in the second half, tipped the ball under the crossbar. Oh wow, when you've been under pressure and you get a set piece like that, you do not want Semi Ajay just lumping it out. Well, we've got 3 live rugby union games on TalkSport 2 tomorrow. That would have been a great touch finder, wouldn't it, Lucy?
It certainly would, yeah. They don't quite look comfortable, and they're good centre backs. You know, Kipley and Ajay, they are good, but they've just wobbled at times. When they've been asked to defend, they've defended well, but they've asked to try and play out and build, and they don't look really comfortable doing that.
No, build up to the Rugby Union World Cup continues on TalkSport 2 tomorrow. The Summer Series games live from 3:15, Wales, South Africa, then it's Ireland, England, and we round off the night France, Fiji. 3 of them all live on TalkSport 2 tomorrow. So we've got the app, you can swipe between the football and the Rugby Union. We've got live golf as well tonight, when we've done here at Ellen Road. There's a PGA Tour FedEx playoffs are coming to a conclusion. The BMW Championship round 2 tonight. The throw-in takes an eternity to be taken here. 1-1 the score. West Brom scored from Thomas Asante's hand. It has to be said, it hit his hand on the way in. But Luke Ayling's header has got Leeds back in it. Was that a challenge from Byron that will draw a whistle? It does. Madge on the receiving end, and Madge is not happy with the tackle.
Yeah, just managing to try and get a foothold back into this second half, West Brom. I mean, they'll be quite happy with a point, and they're taking a time over free kicks. They look like they've gone to a back 4, Furlong a little bit further up, although they keep mixing it between a back 3 and a back 4. But Leeds are really finding space. As soon as they can win the ball back from West Brom really, really easy by pressing them, and Carlos Corberan will be happy with that.
Ball with Leeds again. Ampadu fires a pass back to Rodon, who gets it away on the near side. Certainly been a positive for Leeds tonight, Joe Rodon. A big part to play, you feel, certainly with Liam Cooper out for the next 6 weeks or so. Here's Byron, but West Brom have done well there. They've pushed Leeds all the way back to Melier. It's still 1-1 here. 9 minutes remaining. Ball over the top. That time he did gamble, but the ball was played away from him.
He's played a couple of them, Melier, that just let West Brom off the hook. They either go out for a throw-in or they just give the ball away.
Yeah, Manuel Farkas still not made any more changes. Ampadu has given away a free kick. Darnell Furlong only too happy to go to the ground there and earn his side a free kick. Now another one for West Brom. So Leeds getting frustrated here.
Well, they're diving in as well, they're giving the referee an opportunity to give those free kicks, Leeds, and now West Brom are just getting themselves slowly and surely up the pitch with free kicks.
We are going to see a change. It's going to be Sam Greenwood who will come into the action. He's ready to go. The outfield players for Leeds on the bench: Charlie Cresswell, Darko Giabi, Sam Greenwood, Lewis Blayton, Cody Drama are the 5 outfield players. Here's a free kick that Phillips is going to take. West Brom, are they about to hit Leeds with a sucker punch here? Leeds have dominated the second half as James controls the clearance, and now he sets off down the touchline, and In the end, it's a good challenge from Jed Wallace. I got the feeling there, Lucy, Dan James was not getting past Jed Wallace by fair means or foul.
Absolutely, Jed Wallace knew that he had to stop Jed, and it actually is coming into the game really well. Dan James, a lot more positive, better end product. He's causing problems for West Brom down this left-hand side. That's what Leeds want to see from him.
Yes. You know, his strike at the back under pressure from Madger. All play forward, lovely flick. Didn't quite find Shackleton. Had it done from Ayling, Leeds would have been in business. But as it stands, it goes and is cleared away by West Bromwich Albion. We've got just over 7 of the 90 remaining. You're live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson, Lucy Ward, the former Leeds striker, and Adrian Durham here at Ellen Road tonight. Busy all weekend for Adrian. He'll be at Anfield tomorrow. The goals as they go in as Gelhardt makes way to be replaced by Sam Greenwood.
I think he's done all right, Gelhardt. I think he's been busy. I think he's dropped. He's picked a good ball up. He's part of everything positive that Leeds did. He even had a shot really well saved as well. It's better performance from him when he's not leading the line, when he's in that sort of 10 position.
Yep, still 1-1 here. As the rain comes down in West Yorkshire. I mentioned Adrian will be at Anfield tomorrow. 3 live commentaries across the TalkSport network. TalkSport 2, 12:30, Plymouth Southampton, EFL action. As Leeds look to work it forward. Here's Rutten out, placing a nice ball. Chance for the shot. No, it's hammered away by West Bromwich Albion and out for a throw-in. Also tomorrow, Wolves Brighton at 3. Man City Newcastle rounds off the day at 8 o'clock. All 3 of those commentaries live only on the TalkSport network tomorrow. As Leeds continue to push. If you were going to pick a team that's going to score the winner at this stage, you'd pick Leeds, but they just need to be so careful of West Brom do get a counter-attack. Here now, the ball works its way forward and the counter-attack could be on. Phillips outnumbered. Oh, he's trying to win himself a throw-in, but the Leeds just nicked it away. And now they go forward with Greenwood. Greenwood is the sandwich, or is the meat in the sandwich, if you like, as the door closed on him there. And another yellow card. I presume that one was for Yakuslu. I guess it could have been for either of them, but Yakuslu, the latest name in the bench.
Yeah, it's great pressing from Leeds. It looks like there's going to be a counter from West Brom, and they just swarmed around. Matt Phillips won it back, and it had to be a last-ditch challenge, which resulted in a yellow card.
Well, there's a West Brom player down, and West Brom are about to make some more changes here. Nathaniel Chalabar is ready to go, and so is Taylor Gardner-Hickman. So Carlos Corberán is emptying his bench here. 85 gone here at Ellen Road, live on TalkSport 2. So first change is going to be Taylor Gardner-Hickman. He comes on for Jed Wallace. Gardner-Hickman on. Jed Wallace's good run against Leeds just has a temporary blip as he will make his way. Did hit the woodwork, didn't he, early in this second half. Melier made that great save. And also coming off is Yakuslu, who is going to be replaced by Nathaniel Chalabar.
I just think that Carlos Corberán is just trying to stop the flow of Leeds. He recognises that momentum's with them. They're at home, the crowd urging them on, they're working really hard, they're getting the ball in good position, so he's just got to make those changes and try and see this game out. But it's a risk for their away team.
I'll tell you what, I think we're going to get more than one added on minute at the end of the second half. We've had a minute, we're just making these 2 changes alone, and the referee is just now marking out where Sam Greenwood will take this free kick from. He's midway between the halfway line and the edge of the penalty area. It's in line with the left-hand edge of the West Brom penalty area. So he's probably about 35 yards out, maybe 40 yards out from goal. He's going to swing it in, right-footed. Palmer waits just inside his 6-yard box. Ball delivered towards the far post, and it comes off a header. And it was a Leeds header, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think it might have been a road on a strike. Both went in for it. It's actually quite a good ball in from Greenwood. Just putting pressure on the West Brom defence. And like I said, I was getting into the point in the game now for the West Brom, the away team, that they feel like they could see this game out, and it's just about managing the pressure.
Over on TalkSport, can confirm Nottingham Forest have beaten Sheffield United by 2-1. Chris Wood with a winner late in that one. Forest 2, Sheffield United 1. It's already a tough start for Sheffield United. Back in the Premier League. Leeds also hoping to get back in the Premier League. St Helens, the Super League champions, beat Hull Kingston Rovers 28 points to 6. Here it's 1-1 as Greenwood, well, he was being held back there. He wanted a free kick, now he's given one away as he bundles over Cedric Keeper. And I think Carlos Corberán's changes and the delay of the game are just getting on top of Leeds now.
Yeah, it is. And Leeds fans are going mad at West Brom doing the alien flop. There's a few of them done it, but you know, if you're going to do it yourselves, you've got to accept it the other way around, and West Brom are going to do anything to just stretch this game out and try and get a point.
Yeah, speaking of getting a point, it's ended a draw after 80 minutes between Wigan and Hull. It's got a golden point in the Super League. We'll keep you up to date with that one. As the ball is with Phillips for West Brom. Is there a late twist at the other end of the field? Well, they've got themselves a throw-in. We're inside the final 2 of the 90. 33,890 at Ellen Road tonight. Long throw about to be propelled in by Darnell Furlong. This would hurt if West Brom were to snatch one now. Ball is hurled in towards the 6-yard box. A powerful header away at the near post. Straight back to Furlong, whose touch was good. Stands up across towards the far post. It might break for Kipre. His touch wasn't the best, but Leeds are just going to knock it out for another throw-in over on the far side.
The crowd just gone a little bit quiet. West Brom have got themselves up the pitch. A couple of throw-ins, a long throw there, not really causing any problems.
Is there a late twist? Daniel Farker looks on. Ball partially cleared away. It's not been a good day so far for Leeds. Is it about to get worse? As West Brom have it on the far side. Cross driven in, comes off a Leeds defender, not cleared yet. Here now is Madger, who eventually, the flag went up really late there. And he is whistled offside. The news breaking earlier on TalkSport today, Tyler Adams is going to move to Bournemouth for a fee of around about £20 million. And Willie Nonto has handed in a transfer request, wants to leave Leeds. Will Leeds, well, will they bend on that one? Are they going to stand firm? They've got an unhappy Willie Nonto at the moment.
Tell you what, Sarmiento then had the ball, looked lively. You can see he got a little trick, but he also got the ball into the box, so he will be a big player, I think, for West Brom when he gets himself 100% match fit.
Yeah, he's quick, isn't he? Here comes the decision. So 7 added on minutes. 7 added on minutes then here at the end of this second half. So 7 to go here. Is there going to be a winner? Leeds, who drew their opening game here with Cardiff 1-1, were beaten at Birmingham last week. West Brom were beaten at Blackburn in their opening game before beating Swansea last weekend. There's a few nervy fans biting on their fingernails for Leeds. The rain continues to come down here in West Yorkshire.
Just seemed to have ridden the storm, West Brom, after the Leeds equaliser, where they looked like they were going to get a second, and I think that Corberán did well there, making the substitutes, just slowing the tempo, trying to just take that initiative away from Leeds.
Here comes another long throw-in from Darnell Furlong. It's quite a way out from goal, so this is going to go around about the penalty spot. He's flicked on, but Leeds do well to clear it away. And it'll be out for another throw-in. And West Brom, you get the feeling they're quite happy with a point here, but if they could nick another 2, then that would be fantastic. But
I don't think they'll take any risks, will they? I think they've been happy with a point straight away, straight after Leeds equalised.
Yeah, there was a tough spell, wasn't there, in the game for West Brom, who've conceded a free kick on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. So it remains 1-1. We've had just short of 2 minutes of the allotted minimum of 7. And now the referee's not happy the free kick's been taken from the right spot, so they'll take it again. That adds to the frustration as Leeds come forward, but they've lost possession. Phillips could have kept that in, but chose to let it go out. Badger was alert for the quick throw-in, but nothing doing. Still 1-1.
Yeah, just a bit of nous about West Brom in terms of how they're dealing with these final minutes.
And they've got another throw-in because the attempted clearance from Byram slices off his boot. And that will go out for another throw, which means another long throw is on its way in here. They've not offered a great deal since they went in front, West Brom, but are they about to go in front right at the end? Ball will fall on the volley for Townsend, and his pass won't find Furlong. And it's out for a Leeds throw. And Leeds not quite as keen now, Lucy, to throw bodies forward. They're a little bit more circumspect.
Because that's what happened at Birmingham. They tried to sort of get themselves forward in the last few minutes when they could have just settled for a point and ended up losing the game through a penalty given away. So it's just about being a little bit bright. They had the time to score after the equaliser. If they can just find a way in the last few minutes of this game, they'll do it, but they won't risk conceding again.
Yeah, and the referee again blows for a free kick. Furlong this time on the receiving end of a foul from Leeds. Daniel Farker remonstrates, but even his protests are not quite as vociferous as they might have been early on. 1-1 here, and we're halfway through the minimum of 7 added on minutes, and truth be told, not a great deal's happened in those 3.5 minutes so far. Free kick then on halfway. It's a chance for Taylor Gardner-Hickman to propel one in towards the edge of the area. He's aimed towards the far side. It skims off a Leeds head, and it's out for a West Brom throw-in.
It's really been stop-start, whether it's been substitutes, whether it's been little niggly fouls. The referee's blowing his whistle every 2 minutes like a hockey game, and it just stopped the flow of the game completely, which obviously suits West Brom and just means that they're just keeping the ball with the remaining minutes.
Ball with West Brom then. Neat turn from Phillips. Midway inside the Leeds half. Can he thread a ball through? He tried. It took a deflection off Ampadu, and Meslier will collect it. And again, no real rush. Much to the frustration of the Leeds fans here, but I think maybe, as Lucy said, lessons learned from last week is that we don't go home with nothing.
Yeah, I do think Meslier, though, he's obviously been told to play it short, but we're talking, 94 and a half minutes. They've got 97 at least to play, so just get, clip the ball longer. And when he did eventually clip the ball longer, it went out for a throw-in, so that's why the fans are frustrated, I think.
An error there from Maju turn, but he got away with it. Stroik won the ball, but it went straight back to West Brom, who play it down the right channel for Phillips. That going out for another throw-in.
It's good defending, Sam Byram. He's been put under pressure in this last 10 minutes or so, yeah. Matt Phillips is just stretching his legs for him.
Yeah, good sportsmanship there. And then a warm handshake as Phillips drags Byram off the floor.
I think if they can keep Sam Byram fit, he's a really solid. He'll just be sort of 6, 7, 8 out of 10 every single week, but he's got to stay fit.
Yeah, he has. Such a bright talent when he left Ellen Road the first time. Here comes a long throw into the area. It's not dealt with. It is at the second time of asking. It only goes as far as Furlong. Furlong looking to put the cross in, lays it back. It's whipped in. It'll fall on the volley. The volley bangs into the ground, and now Meslier is encouraged to get it downfield quickly. He wants to get it downfield, but he can't. Well, there were 4 white shirts racing forward, and he bowls it out underarm. We've had 6 of the 7 added on minutes. Here's Dan James. James cuts in field, looks to play it through for Rutter, picked up by Ampadu. Strong run from Ampadu. Rutter now 30 yards out from goal. Chance to be a Leeds hero. Fires a shot just wide. Well, that would have been his first Leeds goal, and what a time it would have been to score it. But it's just wide of the despairing Palmer dive, and it remains 1-1.
I tell you what, the last few minutes, both teams have looked poor. Like Rutter gets the ball then, it's a good opportunity to get it on target, misses the target. Just before that, West Brom had an opportunity to get the ball in the box, shot on goal. They couldn't do it, a weak shot, and just letting each other off the hook.
1-1 here. Ball downfield. And we're into the final seconds of the 7. Added on here. Leeds wait for a win at the start of their championship campaign is set to go on. For West Brom, it'll be 2 unbeaten for them, and a valuable point on the road as the Leeds fans, some of them starting to drift away into the night here. The referee has a look at his watch and says that is enough. Well, they were level at the break, but Brandon Thomas-Asante with a controversial goal for West Brom after Jason Malumbi's shot deflected off a Leeds player, bounced up, it clearly hit Brandon Thomas-Asante on the arm, it went in the back of the net. Nobody complained, nobody questioned it. West Brom were in front 7 minutes into the second half, but Leeds dominated pretty much the remainder of the 90 minutes. Luke Ayling eventually coming up with an equaliser after Palmer had denied both Gelhardt and a fine save from Dan James, but it was Dan James down the left, cut onto his right foot, put in a lovely curling ball to the far post. Ayling was there to head it down and past Palmer and put Leeds level, and whilst Leeds pushed for a winner, they couldn't find one, and West Brom in the end saw it out quite comfortably. Two teams desperate to get back into the Premier League. On this evidence, both teams have got plenty of work to do. Leeds, well, it's a home point for them. It's the second home draw of the season here in the league, but it feels like a disappointing one tonight. It's ended at Ellen Road. Leeds 1, West Brom 1.